It was Amos.
So the Moss.
The Moss.
It's important to do
You
the
know
Moss.
what a Moss is, Danny? Nathan?
The
a
Moss is the gesture.
It's a gesture.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't, it's when you want to offer to pay lunch, but you don't really want to pay lunch, but you pretend that you want to
reach for your
pay.
pocket in the restaurant. Just do this.
And then when the guy says, no, I got it.
okay.
No, please, I really wanted to.
This is Amos.
The Moss is,
What
Anyway.
a lot of women don't do in restaurants. Bonjour.
Ça enregistre, là?
Ouais.
So we're back.
We're back.
Those fancy Italian red cars.
Those fancy Italian red cars podcast.
When are you going to do the chocolate bit again,
I'm Guido Grasso. That's Fabrizio. When are we going to do the chocolate bit?
When
if
you
I have
open-
a chocolate.
I was going to offer you a chocolate, but you turned it down. Why?
Because it was milk chocolate. I'm only.
And what? There's a problem with that?
See, what's happening right now is because he was irritated one day when we were recording, and I decided to unwrap a candy while he was talking. So he brought it up right now because he doesn't like the. Anyway.
But I like it now. I want you to do it.
All
And now
right,
you
well,
refuse to do it.
Now
because,
I refuse.
Because you're such a prima donna.
Yes, it's in my
that
rider.
Your chocolate requires to be at which percentage dark?
70 and up. Milk chocolate is not real chocolate.
Boy, you're getting to be quite demanding in your
yes, I am.
in
In
your
fact,
old age.
I don't like this chair. Fabrizio,
I don't like the studio. I don't
No,
like this.
I like who's this kid?
He's a good kid.
Why is he here?
Nathan's doing a great job.
He's good. He's eating tortellini.
So today, what are we talking about?
We're talking about what a lot of our viewers and listeners appreciate is the owning of a fancy Italian red car and joining the clubs. What do you call them? The
Italian car clubs.
Italian car
The
clubs.
drama.
Yes,
The
there's
drama.
So we all know that there is a drama between the clubs. How many clubs do we have in this town?
We have too many. I'm not going to name.
You don't
them
want to name
all.
them, but we say we have about 3 or 4.
There's an original Ferrari club that's been around since the 90s. It's the OG.
Is that the Luigi one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my dad was part of that. My dad
he was a member of the Luigi club.
My dad drove a 308 GTS, the Magnum PI car, for many years. And he was part of the Luigi Ferrari club.
Luigi was quite a character.
Yeah.
I think one day we ought to do a podcast on him.
Yeah.
And that'll be a long one because there's so many stories.
Yeah, that little thin black mustache. He would. I remember he would get mad at my dad because my dad would wash the car and he would say, no, qui solo una pezza bagnata.
Oh, he didn't like the rinsing.
He would only use a chamois to wipe the car down, never wash it.
You know
That's how what a stickler he was.
I propose that we prepare a synopsis for a podcast on Luigi.
Yes, we will.
We'll get 70% chocolate dark.
Yeah,
and we're going to be ready to go.
We'll get a Ouija board to contact Luigi.
A Ouija for Luigi.
No, he was.
That's going to be the title.
So when you say the car clubs, is this like the softball game between the Ferrari Club of Quebec and the Fiat Club? And
well, I started out with a Fiat. My dad got a vintage Fiat 500. And again, all the stories...
About the size of these cars.
Yeah, exactly. And I used to fit in there. But all of these stories are fictional. So basically, I'm not looking to get sued for slander.
No, for slander.
So
you will get sued.
Wink, wink. So, these are all fictional stories.
So what happened?
None of it is reality.
You had an incident with the club
No
here?
incident, but I kind of got my baptism of fire, right?
Okay.
So because you see these cars, the vintage Fiat, you see these guys get together, you're like, oh, that looks so much fun. And
Sal. Shout out to Sal from the Fiat Club.
Sal D'Amato, our esteemed
Well, I call him Sal,
honorevole president.
Sal Butch, I call him.
Yeah. So I bought that, but these were just the vintage cars. and there was more meetings about discussing the drama, the rules, than there were activities.
That's so
and
funny.
we'd get together
But
in
what is-
reception halls,
For
full
what?
course meal,
For gossip.
discussing policies, and we have to do like this and we have to do like that, and then people would fight. It was crazy.
But
It
what was the
insane.
arguments about?
Any little stupidity, everything from the budget to it was just crazy. Then we had a guy that started the club who didn't understand what the concept of a club was. So when you start a club, you don't own the club. The club then elects officers, and you.
I see. So
But to him, it was like, no, but it's my club.
He was president, but he was acting like CEO.
But at one point, I don't think he was president anymore, but in his mind, he
That's
was
so
the
funny.
sole owner.
But
But
aren't-
you can't do that because it becomes a democratic,
Well, no.
sort
When
of.
when you're the president, you are actually an employee of the people.
Correct. But
You're
anyway, and then that club got split between
Oh, I love that.
other people. And
like
then,
the
and
Rock
then there was
Machine
two,
and the Hell's Angels.
Yeah, and then there was two clubs, and then they were fighting, and then you didn't know if you had to side with one or the other. Then we got another guy that came, and he started, getting an active role in the clubs, and then he got a big head, and then another war, and it's just crazy.
Now, how,
The way people behave, I don't know if it's just us in our Italian community, but it's insane.
It's very high school like.
Oh my God.
But now, where are we at now? How many clubs do we have right now? I'm sorry.
There's
Active clubs right now. in this town.
there's a few. I mean, I'm part of a club of Ferrari owners where
That's the one. I
things
know.
seem to be going well.
Yeah,
let's say.
we went
We
to
got
that
a lot of good people.
That movie premiere. We had a laugh.
That was awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
The
Yeah,
F1
I got
movie.
to meet Mr. Sunshine.
Yes,
He was cool.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got a few prancing horses of his own.
He does.
Nice
Which ones does he have?
I think that day he had a 296 there, and I think a Aroma. I think it was Aroma.
What does a California go for these days? He would be the type of guy to afford one of those.
Well, the California now was the Portofino, and now they changed the name again.
No, I mean like the vintage one, the Ferris Bueller one. How much does that one go for?
Oh, that's got to be a pretty penny.
Yeah,
that's got to be.
the Mr. Sunshine could afford that.
That's
one.
got to be.
If I ever
a pretty penny.
could buy one, it would be that one. It would be the Ferris Bueller one.
Oh yeah,
That is the epitome of a Ferrari. I
that
love
goes with the 70% dark chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah, you're at that level.
it. You know what one of my guilty pleasures is sometimes? With
Milk chocolate?
Yeah, no. I type in do this at home. Hot girls in Monaco and nice cars.
Oh, and they're all pulling up to the casino.
And it's all that. It's all it is.
They banned. Didn't they just ban
It's 2
cameras
hours.
from the casino entrance?
Maybe.
Yeah, I read that.
Okay,
That's crazy.
But it's fantastic. You just hours of the most beautiful women getting out of the most beautiful cars, and all you keep thinking is, how much is that bellhop getting tipped? That doorman,
Right?
That
The poor
guy
guy.
that opens that door to
With the
that
white
car
gloves.
and lets in that knockout Russian girl that doesn't speak a word of English and doesn't even know she's in a Ferrari.
Wow.
And how much does he get tipped? That guy. They must fight for that job.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. Type in Monaco. But so the answer to that question is there's a few clubs in Montreal.
Yeah. So I've dealt with a lot of characters, and it's
Give us some names.
No, there's no names. This is all fiction.
A fiction.
This
Okay.
is fiction, but
So hypothetically speaking, give me a little bit of an incident that may have happened with a rival club.
you see, in order to call someone a rival, you'd have to be in some sort of a spat with them. But when you just ignore the noise and you just
All right,
go
but
on
the-
about
but there
your
is
business.
noise. So what kind of-
sometimes people are in a spat with you, but you're not in a spat with them.
Oh, correct.
Right? And that's
Usually.
just the best way.
That's
because
usually the case.
what
if you are
happens-
indifferent, you're fine.
So when we were taking care of, we had let's say a glory period here in Montreal where between 2014 and 2019, everyone
Got
was
along.
together.
Yeah.
We got along. We did things, and those were, let's say, the glory years. But it was like a short window until it all blew up.
And then how did it blow up?
I got tired of being in charge.
Okay.
And I decided to step down and just enjoy myself a little bit, prioritize work a little more. And it was just taking up too much time. So another person took over.
And that club is still going?
Yeah, I think there's like 7 people left. I think now they're up to 8 or 9. I'm not sure. We don't follow. We don't comment.
That is the original club that I used to...
No, not an original. Well, what happens is there's larger entities, and then there's a chapter.
Wow, I had no idea.
It's based in another country, but it's anyway, now we have an all Canadian alternative, and that's sort of the primary group that's more
so
present.
Everybody's kind of part of.
Well, people were not happy with the way things were run. And so they created a new entity, and that's where people are. But the funny story,
I'm picturing underground mole people like.
So what ends up happening with the
resistance?
The resistance. What ends up happening with this is that people want to just buy a car.
Yeah.
They want to join a club. They want to have fun.
Yeah.
They see pictures.
Right.
And then you show up at these things
and it's not pleasant,
and it's drama.
Why?
So what ends up happening is not only do you lose a lot of the crowd that way, because
isn't it supposed to be fun?
Yeah, that's it. So a lot of guys are like, this club thing is not for me. So you end up shooting yourself in the foot and just sabotaging.
Let me get this straight.
The best thing is you create an environment that's happy and friendly and enjoyable.
You get to your event with a lot of other cars, and you hear through the grapevine that so-and-so is upset because of this and this and that. And then that comes to your ears and you're like, why am I here? Why am I dealing with all this crap? That's what it is?
That's ultimately
just bickering?
a lot of things happen that way. But we try to, in the group that I'm in, the guys that are running it are just doing a fantastic job of keeping it harmonious. I mean, listen, once in a while, people all have flaws. Nobody's perfect. One person might say too much and whatnot, but in general, it's just kind of like it's great. Things are amazing right now. But getting back to my story, so in 2019, I decided to
in the golden glory days.
Yeah, the glory days. So I left everything in order. Everything was structured. Everything was balanced, the financials, because I'm like that. I'm very precise. I'm very transparent.
Yeah,
I run things a very honest way. And then the person that took over made a complete mess of things. Big ego, and money disappeared.
Yeah.
It was just a complete disaster. And then when he was, confronted, again, this is a fictional story. When he was confronted
from you?
From everybody around that was not happy the way things were going, basically tried to deflect the blame onto me. And then I was accused of all these weird things.
And you're not
of selling memberships on the side.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
It's not your style. You're not that type of person at all.
Could you imagine the criminal genius of I'm gonna put in 1,000 hours of volunteer work.
Yeah.
So I can gain control of this club. And then I'm gonna sell 3 memberships at $125.
Doesn't matter.
And pocket the money.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, if I wanted to, there's so many better ways of ripping off people.
And if
you could open up a business,
go for a big score,
a car mechanic shop.
Yeah.
You can launder money.
Correct.
You can do insurance fraud. There's so many other ways of being a dirtbag. That is probably the worst idea ever.
It's petty because you're in a group with a lot of people who can obviously afford these cars. Trust me, there are other ways of making money than skimming $100.
And the funny thing is, we're not dealing with children. You're dealing with men who are in their 50s, in their 60s, and are just completely wacko.
Did you know where it comes from? Boredom.
They say all fights comes from greed and jealousy.
But look,
that's where I would say 99% of the arguing comes from, right?
Do you remember the glory days of Facebook when people would get into arguments for days and be like, why am I even?
Yes.
And then everybody's watching these arguments. It's because the people that have time to
Yes.
be part of that drama. It's because they don't have much going on, so they're feeding off of these stories. You're feeding their egos.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
I got caught up on
Yeah.
Facebook sometimes too with stuff. And now
Absolutely.
I just don't
Yeah,
anymore
no, I
because
think it's
I realize it's such a waste of time.
Yeah.
And today you live in a world where the truth doesn't matter,
No.
right? In other words, I'm going to side with you.
trending is more important than the truth.
Right.
This
So
topic is trending.
I'm going to side with you, not because you're right, because you're the one who's correct and you're the one doing the right thing. I'm going to side with you because it's better for me.
Yeah, and
because,
I have to show
because
other
when
people I'm siding with you.
Yes. When I go see Guido, he gives me attention. He gives me pizza.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
buys me lunch.
It's not-
Not because, but if you did wrong is irrelevant.
No.
So that's also what ended up happening. But so there was a great divide among the groups. But you know what's a beautiful thing? Is
What?
all the people that we
Over time,
wanted
you got
came
Your
our
side.
way, and all the people that we
the
sort
pricks,
of
they
not our favorite people ended up. So it just worked out so beautifully,
organically.
Oh my God!
naturally. Yeah.
You have no idea.
Time does wonders.
Perfection,
Yeah,
just
no.
perfection,
And it's amazing how you weed out the. And
Yeah.
those guys are miserable with themselves.
and we
let them
took
be,
off, and we just went on about our business.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
the anger and the turmoil that it caused, and we're just like, why are you still paying attention to what we're doing? You do you, and we do us. Like it was just, anyways.
Negative people
Oh,
attract
my
each
God.
other, and like-minded people attract each other, and they do the same things, and they're just and you know what? They'll always have something to complain about. Those
Did you
people.
ever face a situation where you're friends with somebody and then a third party comes and then you're in an argument or in a fight with another person, and that person tells another person, "Oh, by the way, I'm fighting with this guy now, so you have to fight too."
Oh,
But so they're just piggybacking. You had no issues with this person. You were on friendly terms. But because they're friend, then they
Yes.
just jump on out of loyalty and decide they have an issue with you. It's just so immature and
it's
so dumb.
It's so
And
common.
there's a lot of that.
I'm in something a little bit like that right now, and there's nothing. What do? You avoid? Do you
just
like,
ignore.
You
I think
ignore. You can't-
ignoring is the best way to
I
win.
love that it reached like these kinds of arguments reach even on the club level.
Do you think it only happens with us Italians because we're very?
I think it happens with
do you think other?
ethnics. How about that?
I think European in general
I think
more
it happens
hot-blooded?
with people who come from immigrants.
You don't think
You don't get a lot of Canadians or Quebecers that have.
You
this
don't think
stuff.
that New Zealand and Madagascar car
No.
clubs have this amount of
No,
drama?
I don't think so. I think it really comes from small Italian village ego pride. It's that's it. I
And
mean,
it's amazing because then all they do.
status is so big in
Oh
Italy.
yeah.
In Italy, the people are very much into status.
That's
and
very
it rubbed
true.
off. And our
Image.
parents and grandparents were so proud because
Yes.
they had nothing and they worked really hard. So the pride, you see it. You see it in this neighborhood we are in right now. It's really the lawn. My lawn's nicer than yours. It's all ego. I don't know why. It's just
Well,
it's a big default amongst Italians and Greeks.
I agree because
If we all got along, imagine the damage. You know what? If we all got along, you know who we'd be?
leaders of the
Jews.
free world.
That's what I love about the Jewish people.
Yes,
They
they
stick
do.
together, they
stick
work together, and
it
even
is
if they
admirable.
don't get along, they'll stick together for the cause. And I'm not
Yes.
talking about
Italians
Israel.
don't
I'm
have
talking
that-
about what. No,
Italians don't have that solidarity. We're bicker at any turn over anything.
Okay, an Italian guy. Okay, in America, the idea of America, right? You see the land of the free, home of the brave. You see a guy with a big house on a hill, Mark Zuckerberg, say, I want to be like that guy one day.
Sure.
That's inspiring. But in Italy, when you see a guy with a big house on a hill, you say, I got to get that guy one day. That's it.
Yeah, it's very.
That's it. That's
it's
what's-
very eye-opening
Nah.
indeed. But
Go to any Italian association. This is a fancy Italian red car. Now, try to get a little bit of money out of the city or for the Semaine Italien or the whole Ferrari.
it's a lot of drama there.
Oh,
Well, what I appreciate about this new organization is that, we just don't care about what kind of car. So you have some organizations that love to show off, oh, look, our member Joe Blow just bought himself, the newest and the best and the most expensive. And what I love about this group is that everyone's on an equal footing.
Yeah.
You can have an old, raggedy Mondial. You're just as important as the guy who shows up with an SF90. It's all about the human connection, and it's not about just pieces of metal. Because we love Ferrari, we love the whole experience, the lifestyle, the passion.
Right.
But ultimately, human beings are what counts first. And we have members, some guys that, say, listen, I sold my car.
Can I still come?
No, they say, I guess I'll see you around. And
like, no, stick
the
around.
reaction from the guys running the club, which I love, is they tell them, hey, where are you going? Just come with your Honda Civic.
Yeah, you don't need
the people matter more. And
correct. I like that.
You create that type of atmosphere.
I like that.
And it's not about money and collecting dues. I was part of this organization. Do you remember the beginning of COVID? I mean, the very, very beginning. I mean, now we act like it was nothing. But in the beginning, it was scary. Like March we were 2020. On the news. We were watching it. It was like a movie. The end of the world is coming. We're all going to die.
It was War of the Worlds.
So this club is sending out emails to members saying, we noticed that a lot of you have not renewed and paid your dues. And we still have office expenses. So if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, come on, man.
I was so disgusted.
The apocalypse is outside.
I mean, honestly, like, is this appropriate?
No. People were waving goodbye to their grandma in the hospital on an iPad. And these guys want their administration fees.
It was. I mean, honestly, it made me sick, and I'm proud to say to this day. And you know what's funny? This organization actually banned me, and I was so devastated in a sense. Oh, I'm banned. I can't join.
This is the former one.
Yes, one of the ones that I was part of. I'm banned.
You are.
So
I was a felon.
Yeah. I was freaking out a little, going, holy crap. I did so much. I volunteered. I did everything in good faith.
Talk about drama. Banned.
You know
you
what
got an
happened?
email? Fabrizio banned.
Yes. They sent an email. And you know what ended up happening?
What?
Completely the opposite. People came up to me and they were actually jealous because they made me the coolest guy.
That's it. You were the
badass. I'm the outlaw.
Yeah, you're the outlaw.
I'm the badass. I didn't ask to be.
You're going rogue.
Yeah, exactly. So
it worked in your favor.
I love how karma works.
Yeah.
Because in trying to make the good guy look bad, they ended up creating the opposite. I didn't ask to be cool, but they made me cool. So everybody was kind of like, following my lead, so to speak.
You got a good round of applause at the event there. That was
well, you know what? You got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You got to organize stuff. You got to do things for your members. I don't run any car club now. It's been a long time. Now
you're a member.
I'm a president of the Ferrari fan club. This is for the sport of Formula One. But I'm a member of a car club, being a car owner myself.
Okay, but you're a member of that club, but you're the president of the racing club.
But a lot of guys, they'll be members of a car club just because it's an Italian car club.
Yeah.
They'll be members of a Formula One fan club because they like to watch the race. And then they'll be members of a Ferrari owners club because they own a Ferrari. And so all these clubs kind of merge.
Yeah.
And we all do stuff together.
Okay.
And it's wonderful because, again, it's about the people.
I saw a wonderful documentary about a similar club. There's a club out there. You know what it is? The Back to the Future Club.
The DeLoreans.
So it's the DeLoreans.
Wow.
And there's people that go around just like this, and they go to events or Comic-Cons and all this stuff. And there was one guy, his dream was always to buy one, but he couldn't afford it. He would always buy piece by piece. So here they are, at this event where they have these fully loaded DeLoreans that look just like the Back to the Future kit on it. And here's a guy with just the frame.
He's working on it.
And that's all he has. And they invited him in. They said, don't worry, come here. And he was accepted, even though he only had the frame.
I wonder how much drama they have in the DeLorean.
No, that's it. But it was actually quite emotional. It was nice. They accepted him because all he had was a frame, and slowly he's piecing together his car. There's actually a Johnny Cash song about.
Do you
that.
know that they bought the people that bought out the factory, the DeLorean factory, got all the parts, and I think they're in the United States, and they bought the DeLorean.
It was in Ireland, wasn't it?
It was originally in Ireland, and they brought all that to the States, and they actually have enough components where they're still today assembling brand new DeLoreans and
with
selling
the old
them.
stock.
With the old stock. They have the doors.
Amazing. Amazing.
I saw, it's a little video on YouTube.
But it's
amazing.
real.
Very
Those,
cool. You thought it was like dead in the water and there's a few remnants, but meanwhile, it's very
They
active
could still
community.
put together a 2025 DeLorean.
I feel like
that car used to sell for
buying a
$6,000.
DeLorean, joining that club, and then just getting banned for no reason again.
That's funny. No, but I would. I would definitely. I've seen one up close in LA. I would definitely. Apparently, it's not really a very fun car to drive. I know Michael J. Fox hates driving it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He always kept bumping his head on the thing and the
flux
doors. Yeah,
the flux capacitor.
Flux capacitor, man. You know.
You have banana peels. Let's go for a ride.
Yes, and he was. He was by the sink hanging a clock, and he hit his head, and that's when he came up with the flux capacitor, which is what makes time travel possible. Opens the door. Who's president of the United States in 1985? Ronald Reagan, the actor. Goodbye, future boy.
Which was the least?
They're all good. It's like asking
the
your
number
children.
two. Number two was bad.
I
number
love
three,
them all.
the train, the one with the train.
I love them all.
You love them all.
All of them. They're great.
Cult classics.
Mary Steenburgen,
always have
best
a
trilogy in movie history.
Special place in your heart.
Yes, I remember clearly delivering you guys pizza at the Ferrari Club.
Yes, we used to do events at your restaurant.
Yeah, but I remember
Tons of
it was
people.
around. So is that not the club you're part of anymore?
Well, what happened?
It was
all the clubs were together, right? So you had this large.
You literally had a clubhouse there.
Yes, we also had an office, but there's more drama regarding that. So all the clubs were together. We would collaborate. But what happens is when there's drama, half the people you lose completely because they're done. They're not interested. And then the other half gets split into two and try to convince the ones that left, oh, we're the good guys. It's so ridiculous and childish. We had an office. So
yeah, I remember.
We had this guy. I mean, again, this is a fictional story.
Fake.
Don't sue me. This is for entertainment purposes only. So we had a guy who was like, I have an office space. I want to give it to you for free.
Very nice.
And so the president before me at the time
The
of
intention
the fan
was good.
club was hesitant because you know what? There's always a catch.
We're going to have to owe him something later.
I don't trust the
Probably
guy.
right.
Probably right. So it took him a year to convince him. And he says, no, I want absolutely nothing. I love the club. I love Ferrari. Please, please, please. It's all yours. Here's the key. Anyway, rolled out the red carpet. So we move in. We have a clubhouse. It was like a dream come true.
Yeah.
Very cool. All the clubs are together. Everybody's cooperating. And there's no rent to pay. There's nothing to pay. It was all sponsored, which was wonderful. So then we, at the end of the first year, I said, you know, the clubs don't really have money, right? These are all nonprofit organizations. There's no money. There's no money made. There's nothing. But you have a few membership dues, a little bit of finances, petty cash. So we took $1,000 and we said, you know what? Give it to him as a gesture to say, thanks for having us here. Here's a little something for you.
Nice. Didn't have to do that.
No, it was just, you know, I mean, it's nothing, right? Because the rent for the space is probably $3,000 a month or what it's worth.
It was a moss.
So the moss.
The moss.
It's important to do
You know what a moss is, Danny? Nathan?
The moss is a gesture.
It's a gesture.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't, it's you know, when you want to offer to pay lunch, but you don't really want to pay lunch, but you pretend that you want to pay.
Reach for your pocket in the restaurant. Just do this.
And then when the guy says, no, I got it. No, please, I really wanted to.
This is a moss.
The moss is,
What anyway, a lot of women don't do in restaurants.
Year 2 comes around, and he comes up, when am I going to get my money?
Wow.
And we're like, what?
But you said it was free. Did you have anything in writing?
Anyway, but the poor guy is not well, so I don't want to, you know, to rag on him too much in my fictional character here. But so he goes, now you got to give me $2,000. So we're like, at this point, we invested, we redecorated, we painted, we bought furniture, we were all set up.
But it was forgotten that he gave you this place for
so
free?
I don't know, stories rattling.
Oh, that's sad.
But I think he actually believed his
His own
story.
bullshit.
So we gave him $2,000. Okay, fine. Then year 3 comes around. Now he wants $4,000. Or he wants, you guys are taking it. Then he was playing the victim. We're taking advantage of me. But you know what this is worth? And we're like, he pulled us into this.
You wish that you had cameras rolling that first time you met him. Yeah, just to show, let's rewind the tape.
You know what? Believe it or not, we made so many agreements that he just completely reneged on that I ended up filming him when he made one of the agreements. And when he tried to I pulled out the tape and I showed him, I played it for him. I said, look at what you said. And even then, he denied it.
Well, okay.
So we're talking about somebody who's not well.
Okay, well,
my fictional character
I hope your fictional friend is going to be okay.
Then COVID hits.
Yeah.
So now memberships are down, money's not coming in.
Yeah.
And he starts, you guys, yeah. And so we're like, okay, listen. Finally, we made an agreement to pay him $5,000 for the year 2020, I believe, or 2020 to 2021. We said, okay, we'll give you $5,000. Let's shake on it. Done. Yeah, but you have to give it all to me now. Paid in advance with personal guarantees. So now we're roped into this. So we finally said, you know what? Thanks, but we're done. Wow. So we're still working on getting a clubhouse. Wow. It'll happen one day.
But
so that's why
this relationship is.
I hope that the fact that we left that office and stopped ordering pizza from you didn't lead to.
Well, yeah, with my inevitable closing. It was all that. It was actually
it wasn't
this guy's
COVID.
fault.
It was the Ferrari guys
it was
ruined
this guy.
me. We should do an episode on that. How Ferrari guys ruined my pizza business.
I remember Jake the Snake Roberts in one of your Ferraris. That was fun.
Yes.
The wrestler, a legend.
How was the comedy career? It didn't really take off.
His?
Yeah.
Well, he's on a podcast now, The Snake Pit. He's doing fine.
The Snake Pit.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Surely he doesn't have as many viewers as we do.
Don't call him Shirley. By the way, I want to give a special opinion on one of the greatest movies I've seen this year, The Naked Gun. I recommend you all go watch it. What about the other clubs like in Toronto? Do you ever collaborate with them?
Yeah, Dave. Toronto,
they're probably cool.
Toronto is a different. It's a different vibe because
they're nicer.
Well, I don't know if they're nicer. I'm sure they. I am sure they have their drama, but there's so much more.
Yeah, no
because
kidding.
there's
and
more
money.
I'm not even sure if they have more Italian people that we do. I guess.
Yeah,
Woodbridge.
Woodbridge, yeah. Vaughan.
So, but as far as I know, they have a lot more, Ferraris and than we do. And I know the fan club has like a ton. They were like the largest club outside of Italy for the longest time.
In Toronto, I see the station wagon Ferrari a lot. Do you see any of those here?
The FF.
Is that it? Yeah. It was a really cool looking car.
You know what? I think it was a bit underappreciated when it came out. And now I think people are sort of drawn to it a little more.
It looked like the Batmobile, kind of. It had to say, like, I'd never seen anything like it, but it was beautiful. Not the Fuoristrada. That was the Cayenne Ferrari.
Yes.
No.
That was a Puro Sangue, no?
Oh, I don't know. You would know more than me.
But the FF, they marketed it in the snow. Like the commercials.
But would you?
Because it had a lot of gription.
Yeah, gription. But would you drive? I mean, but what a beautiful car. What a beautiful car.
It's very classy.
You know what they should do? They should make a Ferrari station wagon, but put the wood paneling on the side like the 80s. Like the Lethal Weapon station wagon.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I don't hate that idea.
Think about it.
Is there something wrong with me?
With the Clark Griswold station wagon, but as a Ferrari with the paneling.
We'll do a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I would love that. But no, you see.
Starring Guido Grasso.
No,
and
I'd have
Fabrizio
to be. I'm the Steve Martin guy. You get to be the fat guy.
I don't want to be the fat guy.
On that note, that was episode
5.
Thank you.
Those fancy Italian red cars, starring Guido Grasso.
Starring.
He's 30% funny, 70% dark chocolate.